In the quietest moments, when the world fades into the background, there is one question that echoes louder than all the rest. How can one become unstoppable? How can we push beyond the limits of our circumstances, our fears, and our own selves? The figure turns and begins walking down the mountain, each step heavy with purpose. To answer that question, we must look to one of history's greatest thinkers, a man who dared to explore the very core of human strength, ambition, and resilience. A man whose words continue to shape our understanding of power and greatness. Friedrich Nietzsche. Nietzsche was no stranger to suffering. He spent much of his life grappling with pain, both physical and emotional. But it was through this suffering that he discovered something remarkable, the secret to becoming truly unstoppable. He called it the will to power, the force that drives us to transcend, to grow, and to overcome. But Nietzsche didn't stop there. He laid out 5 laws that, when followed, could turn a person into a force of nature, a being capable of breaking free from all limitations. To understand Nietzsche's 5 laws of power, let us first meet someone. His name is Lucas, and he is just like you and me, searching for meaning, for purpose, for power. But unlike most, Lucas isn't afraid to challenge the world. He's not content with the ordinary. He wants to be extraordinary. The camera follows Lucas as he navigates through the city, his mind racing with thoughts of ambition and the struggles ahead. Lucas, like all of us, is wrestling with his own limitations. He feels the pull of mediocrity, the pressure to conform, to settle. But deep down, there's a yearning for something greater. And it is in this very moment that Nietzsche's first law begins to unfold. Nietzsche believed that true power begins with mastering oneself. It's not enough to conquer the world if you cannot first conquer your own mind and body. In his eyes, the greatest battle is the one we fight within. Self-discipline is the foundation of all greatness. Lucas, overwhelmed by self-doubt, knows that he must transcend his weakness. He must learn to control his desires, his impulses, his fears. Only then will he be able to face the challenges that lie ahead. But mastering oneself is no easy feat. It requires constant effort, relentless repetition, and a deep understanding of one's own nature. Nietzsche teaches us that we must embrace discomfort, for only through hardship do we grow stronger. Lucas understands that now. The gym, the sleepless nights, the sacrifices, all of it has been preparation for this moment. He stands on the precipice of greatness, but only if he has the will to embrace it. Nietzsche's second law is one of transcendence, of becoming something more than human. He spoke of the Übermensch or Overman, a being who rises above conventional morality and societal expectations. To become unstoppable, Lucas must break free from the chains of conformity. He must stop looking to others for approval, for guidance, for meaning. The Overman is self-created, constantly evolving, and never satisfied with mediocrity. Lucas realizes that to step into his true power, he must let go of all the limitations others have placed on him. He must be the architect of his own destiny. The path to greatness is often solitary. The Overman walks alone, for he knows that the opinions of others are nothing but distractions. The storms of life may rage, but they do not sway him. He is resolute, his will unshakable. Lucas feels the storm within him, but he welcomes it. It is the fire that will forge his strength. Nietzsche's third law is one of acceptance. It is the law of eternal recurrence, of embracing the cyclical nature of life. Every success, every failure, every triumph, and every defeat will return. The question is, will you rise again? Lucas realizes that life is not about avoiding pain or seeking constant pleasure. It's about facing each cycle with unwavering strength, knowing that every hardship is an opportunity to grow. The eternal recurrence teaches us that nothing in life is permanent, not the highs nor the lows. True power comes from our ability to endure and to evolve through all. Lucas has learned that power is not just about raw strength. It's about mastering life itself. To become unstoppable, we must learn to dance with the cycles of existence. It is in this dance that we find our true power. Nietzsche's fourth law is the most essential of all, the will to power. This is the driving force that pushes us forward, even when the world tries to hold us back. Lucas understands that the key to becoming unstoppable is not just about talent or intelligence. It's about an unrelenting drive. The will to power is the fire that refuses to be extinguished, no matter the obstacles. It is what fuels the relentless pursuit of greatness. It's the force that propels Lucas forward, day after day, without hesitation or fear. But the will to power is not a mere desire for success. It is a force that transcends all limitations. It is the will to reshape reality itself. Lucas now understands that true power lies not in seeking external validation, but in bending the world to his will. Nietzsche's fifth law is perhaps the most controversial, the law of moral freedom. Nietzsche argued that traditional concepts of good and evil are limiting, and that true power comes from transcending these moral constructs. To be unstoppable, we must be free from the chains of conventional morality. We must define our own values, our own path, and our own sense of purpose. Lucas, now fully aware of his power, realizes that he must create his own moral compass. He must live by his own code, unconstrained by society's expectations or judgments. In the end, becoming unstoppable is not about avoiding failure. It is about embracing life's challenges and overcoming them with unrelenting strength. It is about mastering yourself, transcending your limitations, and living with a drive that never wavers. Lucas has learned that true power comes from within. It is the power of the will to power, the force that propels him beyond the ordinary, into the realm of the extraordinary. And now so can you. Fade to black. Nietzsche's fifth law is perhaps the most controversial, the law of moral freedom. Nietzsche argued that traditional concepts of good and evil are limiting, and that true power comes from transcending these moral constructs. To be unstoppable, we must be free from the chains of conventional morality. We must define our own values, our own path, and our own sense of purpose. Lucas, now fully aware of his power, realizes that he must create his own moral compass. He must live by his own code, unconstrained by society's expectations or judgments. In the end, becoming unstoppable is not about avoiding failure. It is about embracing life's challenges and overcoming them with unrelenting strength. It is about mastering yourself, transcending your limitations, and living with a drive that never wavers. Lucas has learned that true power comes from within. It is the power of the will to power, the force that propels him beyond the ordinary, into the realm of the extraordinary. And now so can you. Fade to black.